Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things BB24. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Big Brother episode 16. Big Brother season 24, episode 16. Sorry, I'm in a very silly mood, so we're going to have a good time. If this is your first time on my channel, subscribe. We talk about Big Brother, like I said, but we take a comedic look at it. We have fun. We also talk about some social issues within Big Brother. We also talk about the game. Mostly we have fun and we joke and we kid and we just be silly, okay? So let's set a like goal. Let's set a like goal for 800 likes. Can we get it? I know it's coming down off our likes. We've been hitting the thousands, but I know that I want to give you guys a little break from the finger liking. You know, it can be very taxing. All right. So let's set a goal for 800 likes. Make sure you're subscribed because we hit our goal that we had been so looking forward to. I say we, I hope you guys were as well. 25,000 subscribers. Amazing. I was so excited. If you missed it earlier today, we did a little BB Bestie show celebrating 25K subscribers with Jess Milagros from BB21 and the Girl Let's Agree to Disagree channel, Sarah from Nerdtainment, Busy Blue from Busy Blue, and Josh from Couch Potato Queens. And we had fun and we just gossiped about BB and talked strategy and all the things. So if you missed it, you can just go to the video before this one and you can watch all of us together. So thank you to all of you that joined. That was super fun. And we'll do something like that again because I love getting to talk with my Big Brother besties about our summer obsession and winter because I miss Celebrity Big Brother already. Is that weird? I just love it. I don't care. Some people don't like it. I love it. I love it. All right. There will be spoilers. Okay. So this episode was good, but I see some questions in the chat. So let's just get to this because on this channel, I really get to the nitty gritty, dirty schmurdy, sweaty Betty of it all. Did Kyle and Alyssa smash? Let me tell you, EJ, they smashed on a pool floaty. The most romantic term I've ever had for intercourses is smash. They smashed it up. They smashed it up right in this room. Here, let me just show you. So Alyssa told Turner, and then Turner told Kyle, and then Kyle told Alyssa that Turner told him that Alyssa told him. So it's like really mature. So what happened was they were in the have-not room, just having not enough sex, okay? And then they were like, we should probably do it. And they did. So you know that pink blanket? I think sometimes Taylor covers herself up in it and cuddles. So Taylor, please stay away from the pink blanket. They were underneath that. And they were cuddling, snuggling, just, boner. This floaty in particular is the floaty in question. Now, previously, we've sex stooled. Previous seasons, they were all about the stool, the shower. They were like, we don't want to be seen by the cameras. Shower in the HOH room, stool. BB21 was notorious, okay? And this season, they're like, nah, we don't care. Cameras are going to be on. Granted, the cameras did not show us that. It was Alyssa admitting that happened last night. And I love how some of you in the chat are seeing it says no diving. Well, Kyle went spelunking, whatever the word is. He spelunked. He went 5 feet deep. I don't think it was that deep. Apparently, all was shared. This has been his third sexual partner, according to Alyssa. She cried. She was on her period. So, hey, let me just say, I'm an advocate for all sex. We're sex positive over here at the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. However, I will say that sometimes it can be gross just because the people, you might not enjoy them. And it's like, if you don't enjoy the people and they're having the sex and you're watching the show where the sex is happening in the relationship and you're just like, oh, I'm kind of bored. But she's on her period. She made sure to say that because she was very emotional today and very emotional after sex. I mean, that is something that is ingrained in women as well. I do a bit about it in my stand-up. I thought younger women were going to we're past that, but it's supposed to be super special to us, so they say, for women, and we're supposed to cry after, and it's magical. Let me tell you, sometimes it's not magical. But Kyle earned his wings. They had some period sex. It could be low flow day. She's got to be on day 4 by now because she had that white bikini on, and that was like day 2 of her period. So hey, I'm not gonna. You got to get it. You got to get it. You got to get it. Okay. I don't know. I have heard about the soaking, but I think he went diving. He went spelunking, and she's menstruating. And yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody, but I would say it is not gross because the period is a natural thing, and we don't want to stigmatize women's bodies more than they already are. So I would not say it's gross. I would say every man should have to experience that a lot. Because that's the whole reason we're here. And that's the whole reason the world turns. The world comes crashing down and jumping up because we have periods, and they're not gross. They're actually very natural. You know what's gross? Jizz. Jizz is gross. Sperm is gross. No. I don't want to get too personal, but there's nothing good about that. But yet we're just supposed to just take it, So now you take some of us. Do you know what I mean? Equal opportunity here. Okay. No, we can't talk about something else, EJ, because this is my channel and you can leave. You asked me the question and we will talk about it. And I am definitely not about stigmatizing a woman's body, especially a woman who is on her period, because it's natural. We are taught to be very self-conscious about our own bodies and our own periods, and why. It's something that women deal with for more than half of our lives. Every single month we go through it. And as women, we go through it, and some people want to do it and some people don't. And you are welcome to say that is not for me, but you are not welcome to say it is gross, disgusting, because the period is not disgusting. There's so many more things that are disgusting. Joleen after dark. It shouldn't even be after dark. This should be daytime talk, period. More talk about menstruation. Look what the country is doing to us, okay? National TV, blood all over the floating. Wow. I could have been a low flow day. You guys are assuming it's day 1. It wasn't. Okay. We already know Alyssa goes against the grain, the blood grain, when it comes to periods. She's white bikiniing. I mean, things that I didn't do, but I guess I still could, but I don't wear bikinis anymore. So I did it once and it was amazing. See, there you go. Loving it. Yeah. Yeah. See, and it totally cannot be for you. And that's totally fine. No one will ever make you do it. And if they do, that's a felony. Like, no one can ever make you have period sex if you don't want to. But Kyle, he went all in. He went all in. Okay. So they did it on this little floaty. Now the emotions are running high. And now this period sex has ruined any chance of Alyssa going home this week and Kyle using the veto, which is like so frustrating. Okay. So yeah, that is a good point. I do feel sorry for people when the house guests have intercourses with each other on the beds or other places, and maybe they don't clean up, they don't wash the sheets, they don't take care, and then someone else goes and they're like, I'm just going to take a nap on this floaty, and they're like, oh, this is it's a little slippery, so the poor floaty. Also, Ashley makes a great point. The floaty couldn't consent. You know what I mean? Did they ask the floaty if it was okay? I don't know. And Kyle's poor mom. Well, she is probably going to be going through it, but we have to remember Kyle is a 30-year-old man. A 30-year-old man. So he's going to have intercourse. 30-year-old people in general usually have intercourse if they want to. I do understand some people are asexual. Some people are like, nah, not for me. And that's them. But Kyle's definitely boning out on the regular. Okay. Joseph says, I think producers will probably get that cleaned during the tech lockdown on Thursday. Oh my God. Poor producers. I don't think they get paid enough to have to, you're going to have to hazmat suits because that's bodily fluids, Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. EJ, you're a dickhead. Like, that was like such a dickhead troll comment. That is like so weird. He's 30, but he's literally treated like he's 14 in the house. Literally treated like he's 14. So it's crazy. Okay. So yeah, so that happened. And as you know, spoiler alert, Kyle did win the POV. The leftovers, most of them wanted to backdoor Alyssa, which I think is the answer. I think that is what we should be doing, is backdooring Alyssa. You've got to get showmances out. You have to get showmances out, unless you want another Jerks and Mickey and Holly Beth 24 Wyoming situation. You have to get them out. But Kyle is like, I can't. Now I've sealed the deal. So now he feels even more like a dickhead. He's even more in love. She's more in love. She's got anxiety, like, oh, I just did this on TV. She was telling Turner that. And then Turner even told Kyle, like, yeah, man, that's going to look pretty shitty if you backdoor her. And I was like, he already did. But yeah, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess in more ways than one. So this could actually be, this floaty, this intercourse could actually be the thing that finally breaks up the leftovers. And I was watching the live feeds before I came live, and then they got an alcohol delivery, but they were in the HOH room, a lot of the leftovers, and they were kind of talking about this. And Kyle is very adamant on not using it. And I think the rest of the leftovers are like, well, I guess if you don't, I guess we'll come for you. Like, this will probably be very detrimental to Kyle's relationship with the leftovers. However, there's something brewing with possibly Brittany, Alyssa, and Kyle. There's so much going on in this house, but let's talk about this episode, okay? Who would evict right? Who's gonna? I mean, she took his virginity and his game. No, that she doesn't have that much power, but that's just Kyle. He's Joseph. Everybody told him, don't get in a showmance, because then you're just going to be playing for your showmance. You're going to be in love. All the hormones are flowing, things are happening. Okay, so this episode was thank you, Tammy. Thank you. I didn't catch the celebration live earlier, but I'm here now. That is so nice. I had to celebrate you. 25,000 subscribers. Love you, girl. Thank you for making me laugh almost every day. Tammy, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the first super chat of the live. If you guys want to support the channel, super chat's a great way to do it while I'm live. Super thanks after. I do have a YouTube membership you can sign up for, and Venmo, PayPal, and a Patreon. So thank you so much, Tammy. That was very, very kind of you, and I appreciate you guys celebrating the 25K. Alrighty. So, oh my God, more reasons to evict Alyssa. You guys, tell me you weren't super PO'd when we had this moment, okay? Like, if you were here for my Friday Night Live, that was a good show. I was on Nerdtainment first, and then I did a live on my own channel. And Taylor winning HOH was just so, I wept a little. It was emotional when she just fell to the ground and she's like, my mom. And it was just because we've seen her go through so much in this house, and we've seen her be treated so horribly, and we've seen her try and be empathetic and do all the things. And still these people, for the most part, are buttholes to her. So she wins. And I remember hearing something about someone saying something, so we see everybody drop, and it comes down to Kyle, Taylor, and Joseph. Okay. And then Kyle is on the ground hugging her, because anybody who's played in this game, watched this game this season, knows that Taylor has went through it. These people have been awful to her. She needs this. What an amazing storyline. The fact that she's been through so much. All of her, most of her haters, it's like boom, 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 are leaving. The people are calling it Taylor's karma, because they're just, getting knocked out. Some of her biggest haters knocked out pre-jury. How embarrassing for them, because they were obsessed with hating on her. And then she gets Daniel Tiger, the guy who was just so rude, and so it just transcended game how disgusting he was to her. and he's gone. And the minute he leaves, she wins HOH. And I'm like, yes, this is so great for her, because we don't normally get good things like this in Big Brother. We just don't. You know, there was someone that posted on Twitter, hang this in the Louvre, and it was a Big Brother update tweets where it was like Davon wins the Power of Veto, you know, in BB 22. Taylor wins HOH, and then there was one other one, and I always forget what the third one was. And it's so true, because there's these small moments that we as fans get where we actually get to see the underdog rise up and take power. And after, you know, it would have been great having to, you know, having a Veto season where we saw this happen to Kemi, or even in All Stars, if somehow Kaser and Janelle could have, you know, stayed, and somehow Nicole Anthony would have pulled her head out of her ass, and they all could have worked together to work against that big preseason alliance that had formed for BB22. There's just so many instances where we would love to see, you know, our favorites who are just getting crapped on in this game win, and we don't see it. We never get to see it. So we got to see it, and she won the wall, and that is huge. Dan Barry, thank you so much. Congratulations, 25K, Joleen. Now, can you please get Jasmine out of that house? I am trying. I would love to see Jasmine go, but it's not happening. It's not happening. As you saw in tonight's episode, it's not happening, and we'll talk about that. But thank you so much for the very generous super chat. I appreciate that so much. You and Tammy, thank you so much. So as she's celebrating, Kyle's hugging her because it's a natural reaction. Hello, they're all close now. She's having this moment. She's been through so much. At one time, there was a Kyle that existed. You guys remember him, who stood up and said, I want to see that woman who walked through the door, Taylor, who was so, you know, full of life and ready to like kick this game's ass and was a strong woman and all this stuff. And I feel like they've kind of beat you down in this game. And he gave us that, you know, speech on his little soapbox. And now I don't know where that guy is. He's on the floaty having period sex, you know? So he's giving her a hug. And Alyssa, the siesta key reject, yells over, that's enough. Order in the court. Joleen is pissed. I was pissed. Objection, overruled. You're going straight to jail. Alyssa, you don't get a trial. You don't get a jury. I'm your jury. You're done. I am done with this woman. The jealousy that she has shown in this game is so childish and so boring to watch and so gross. And I'm over it. Objection, Joleen, you don't run the world. Overruled. I should. Okay. I was so pissed to see her little privileged butt, who hasn't had to fight for a second in this house, hasn't had to do anything but be in a boring showmance of Wonder Bread, you know, and then join a Wonder Bread alliance, say that's enough. I'll tell you when that's enough, and it's not enough, okay? I was so mad. Please tell me someone else was as angry as me. I was so mad. And she's been so jealous of Kyle since she got her claws into him. She's been so jealous. So jealous. Yes, jealousy, dream catcher. Huge red flag. Kyle is like, you know, even though he's 30, he's operating on 14-year-old boner brain. So he does not know what's going on. But that is a huge red flag, because everyone you talk to going forward with the vagina, maybe even with the penis, she's going to have an issue with how long you talk to him, who are you talking to, why were you talking to him? Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone records. Let me see your text messages. I want all your passwords. Do you want to live that life, Kyle? Because that's where you're headed. Objection, Joleen. You can't see the future. Overruled. I'm 42. Nicole, Cop Chef, was 41. Well, I'm 42. It's about that time that I share my knowledge, okay? That I share my knowledge. Oh, my God. It was right at Thorella. It was pathetic. This was one of those moments in Big Brother that will play over when we're like the greatest moments, like when Peridian is putting together a video, one of his fantastic videos that he puts together of the seasons. This will go in there. Like, this moment was just huge to watch this woman come from just being just crapped on to all of a sudden she wins the wall comp, and she's only the 8th woman. I think, in the history of Big Brother to win. I mean, I just got a little bit of chills on that one. It's a big freaking deal. It's a bigger deal than your penis vagina relationship with ex-Mormon Kyle. I can't take this Siesta Key reject. I was okay, you were mad too. Thank you. It was so stupid. Ashley says that's why her back hurts, carrying all the jealousy on it. She needs to go. And that is why I am 100% fine with the leftovers. They got some alcohol tonight. Hopefully they'll bust up and Kyle will be their next target because he is destroying his game. And for what? For someone who after this game, you won't be able to talk to your own mom, okay? So Mommy Mormon, you better make sure, I don't know if you can still ground him because he lives with you and rent-free, but you better make something happen because she is, I do not like this. I don't like this. Why do we have so many Facebook people leaving long comments? Oh my gosh. Yes. Judge Joleen is not here for it. Yeah. The pre-jury is the Taylor haters. It really is. Vanessa says, it's like you were doing a Christopher Durant play where Andrea Martin plays everyone in the court, not a BB reference, but love it. Well, I love you, Vanessa. And that sounded really smart, what you just said. And I didn't even catch that it was wrong because I honestly don't have any idea what you're talking about. But I know that you are a theater guru and have great references. And I only have references to reality TV and sex. So there you go. Yes. While I was prepping, Jasmine demanded that they can't drink till Tuesday. Shut your mouth. Objection. Oh my God. I'm objecting this too. We need alcohol on these feeds. We need these house guests to drink because it brings the entertainment. Okay. Last time Alyssa got Siesta Key wasted, and it was very interesting to watch her be like, men and women can't be sex. They can't be sex and they can't be friends because they'll sex each other. And then Turner was just like, nah, that is not facts and that is not fire. And I don't even know what you're talking about because I have lots of friends that are women who I don't have sex with. Okay. And she was like, okay, whatever, fine, stupid. I love this guy. Oh my gosh. Apparently someone said that Jasmine is trying to convince them to keep. No. Okay. Jasmine is I know we're veering off. Objection. You're supposed to be talking about the episode. Overruled. My channel. Okay. And you guys are here with me, right? Okay. We lost a couple, but that's okay. She has made it a point to be like, no one can put me on have-nots, and no one can do this to me because it's my birthday, and no one can do this to me. And you better not give me a punishment during the Power of Veto competition because it's my birthday. And you won't like who comes out if you do that to me. And now we can't drink and have fun. No. Does it say Jasmine's alcohol on it? It doesn't. This house needs to quit pacifying this baby woman, this immature woman. She's another walking red flag. Do you know that her back was hurting, okay? And she sleeps in the bed next to Joseph. Do you know what she did? She said, no, my back hurts. Joseph's laying down with the shirt off as he does because he didn't bring a shirt this season. He didn't. Remember Matt from BB19? Remember he just brought that one cut off orange t-shirt and ate cereal? Well, this season, Joseph didn't bring a shirt and we're fine with it, whatever, But she had her shorty short, like sleep shorts on, a little crop top. And she was like, she had her butt up and she goes, oh, and she was stretching. And his face, like, here's my butt and here's his face. Okay, wait, I got to get this off the screen. Okay, because this is very important. You're not going to, I don't know if Terence going to update you on this. If he did, God bless him. But I think he is more mature than this. I am not, okay? So she stretched her butt. She was like, she did that back arch that Alyssa did in her white bikini when she was on day 1 of her period up in the HOH room with Kyle, the ex-Mormon, okay, the smothered guy. And she was like, oh, my back hurts so bad. And she put her butt up. And Joseph was like, looking every other way, and she's like, oh God, my back is so sore, it hurts. And then when that didn't work, she goes, you know what I did? Or she was like, butter beans, my back hurts. My back hurts worse than the Mississippi River when it's in a drought and it's dry and there's no water in it. And then you can't get fish or swim or cross or something. I don't know really what I live in Mississippi. Is that where the river starts? No, it starts in Minnesota. Oh, okay. What is that in the United States? She asked if London, because she won a trip in the Veto, if London was out of the country. Oh God. So then she tells Joseph, you know what I did? I can't believe I did this. Oh my God, I did this. In the middle of the night, I took all my clothes off. Joseph, I took all my clothes off. And then I was like, oh my God, I was sleeping between two men. And then I, put it back on. My back is sore. My back, my neck, my back. And I'm just like, poo-poo, come get her. Come get her, poo-poo. Come get her, poo-poo. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, married lady? What are you doing? I'm not saying you can't have fun. I'm not saying you can't still have a little ass showing, but this is presenting at this point. And it's, if you weren't so hateful on Taylor and wanted to slut shame her and what she wears with the rest of them, I'd give you a pass. But I'm not giving you a pass because you were holier than thou. You were like, I would never, I'm a girl's girl. It turns out I'm not. Oh my God, my butt. Oh, my back hurts. Oh my God, my back hurts. My back hurts. She just was, and then her shorts. I mean, I could see her butt. It was just, oh my God, poo-poo is going to be, if I was poo-poo, I would just be like, I would not be happy. And I'm not even a creepy jealous. I just think that's just too much. It's too much. So that's what Jasmine's doing. Okay, Taylor wins HOH, and then they have an edit of Taylor trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I put, who do I put, what do I put on the block? And for Taylor, it's like, the festy bestie twist is over. So she's kind of like, oh, this is a little harder. And it was kind of a funny edit because they had her like in on her own joke that she was kind of struggling coming up with who to put up. And then she's like, well, we'll just probably put up, Monty Turner. And they're like, well, I mean, no, because you could just straight up put up the people who are dickheads to you, Jasmine, but she did say that she's not going to put up Jasmine because she does not want to put a Black woman on the block. Of course, I've seen so many tweets from guys holding guns in Arkansas. I don't know. I'm just assuming it's Arkansas in their profile pics going, racist. She's a racist. It's like, sir, that's not how racism works. You got to look it up. And also, she was inspired to be on the show from watching The Cookout. The Cookout's mission was to get the first Black winner of Big Brother ever. Okay, we had 23 seasons, and we didn't have one Black winner, and that seems very odd and very strange. And the scales were always definitely off when it came to casting and diversity. And I would say, you don't get to speak on this and how Taylor feels about putting up a Black woman until you are part of a marginalized community within the United States that is not represented in the areas like the show, like TV, like entertainment in general, as the majority. So until you have been in a group that has not been represented, and now we're newly, watching Big Brother as long as I have, and it taking that long, and it had to be done by people because they wouldn't cast, the players, because they wouldn't cast diverse casts, So I know there's so many mad whites. I know the whites, some whites are very mad, but whites, you have to remember, you got it. You had it for a long time. You had a monopoly on it. Okay. So angry whites, I know there's a difference between the whites and the angry whites. A lot of us do understand that there was a mission that was happening last year, and that was something that had to be done. And it was very important because representation on every level is so freaking important. It's not cheating. It was like the first time actually the scales were somewhat leveled, where we've had season after season of the white rice alliance, whites teaming up, and people were like, well, they just work together fine. And it's like, but do you realize there's no color in that? Like it's all vampires like me. There's no, And they're like, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. And then when a marginalized group, when a group that doesn't feel represented wants to join forces, that's racist. And it's like, that is not actually how racism works. So again, I can see why 99 likes. Let's hit that like, guys. We got to get more likes. Thank you, Sue, for reminding us. So I think there's just bigger things you can worry about rather than Taylor saying she doesn't feel comfortable putting on the block another Black woman, knowing that they're definitely in the minority, and we've never had a Black woman winner of this show. So yeah, representation doesn't just stop there. It continues and progress continues. Now, unfortunately, Jasmine is not worthy of Taylor's unwillingness to put her on the block. Jasmine would be great on the block. She would look so good on the block, okay, because she has been a shitty player, super shitty to Taylor. She put Taylor on the block, so she's not. So before anyone says, well, that now every person who is African-American or a person of color is going to do the same thing, clearly not, because Jasmine was like, I don't care. And so she put her up, but it's Taylor. Within Taylor, that's her integrity. She was inspired by the cookout. She realizes she and Jasmine are the last two Black women in the house. She does not want to put her on the block. So, I mean, that's Taylor. That's up to her. As much as the rest of us are like, she's horrible and she's so mean to you, that's the kind of person Taylor is. She's a woman of integrity, and she went into this game one way, and she's going to stay that same woman. And yeah, I'd only wish that Jasmine would learn a little bit from Taylor, but I don't think she will, because Jasmine was just like, I'm worried. I'm so worried now that she won. I mean, did you guys see Jasmine's face? Let's see if we have a picture of it. She couldn't even fake the funk for like a second that she was happy. She was not happy. Let's see. I thought I had a picture. Oh, here she it's like your school picture where they're like, smile, and you're like, I don't want to, or your mom takes you to like Sears, or back in my day, they had a place called Pro X, and you'd go and they'd be like, smile, and you're like, I don't want to take these pictures, Mom. I just need to smile. And that's how she is. How great that Taylor won. I didn't think she had it in her. I don't know why they underestimate Taylor so much, but I mean, they had no foresight into, maybe we want to treat this person like a human because she might just for the fuck of it. And also she might win something down the line, but she did not. She did not. Yeah. Jasmine had a fake half smile. She looked into the camera like it was The Office. She did. She pulled something out of Turner's, what he does in the house. But exploding. They probably should, now that it's been christened, they should probably throw it away. Okay. Jasmine's with a diaper on her head, because she has just a shitty personality. Okay. Oops, what did I do there? We will click on another picture, and hopefully, there we go. I had my feeds there. I don't want to get struck for that. Okay. All right. So then it is decided, Terence now is like, oh, I better make a little amends, even though Terence is a whole mess. Terence could go yesterday and I would not care. I am not calling him DJ Showtime. I don't care. I don't know why Big Brother decided we have to call him DJ Showtime. He is an aspiring karaoke DJ. Okay. Where are his beats? Where are his songs? Where are his jams? What is happening there? Because I haven't heard one. I don't know. It's DJ Slow Time. It's DJ Delusion. It's DJ Daniel Tiger's boyfriend. Those maybe I'll refer to him. But I did find, if you guys weren't on my live earlier today, you want to check it out because it has a whole bunch of really cool Big Brother YouTubers and podcasters on it. But I did find that Terence has a podcast. I repeat, everybody, Terence, Mr. Crockpot Pussy himself, has a podcast. And I'm probably going to listen to it. It's called like The Double Standard. I had it here. I think I forgot to subscribe because I wanted to just check it out. Check it out. Caramello. Okay, let me see here. The Double Standard. And it's with some guy named Nigel. And they don't give even the description is horrible because they don't even give Nigel like a like who is he? Like a little intro, like what does he do? Like what makes him qualified to talk about double standards? Is it maybe it's not maybe it's just double standard. Come on, Joleen, you can do it. Found it. It's with DJ Showtime 616, which I found out from my Michigan friends is a Michigan. Jamie B and Josh told me that's a Michigan area code because I was like, is that a Chicago area code? No, it's Michigan. Okay. So with DJ Showtime 616 and Nigel, in case you guys want to check it out on iTunes, it's the Double Standard podcast with DJ Showtime 616 and Nigel, who nobody knows anything about. DJ Showtime 616 and Nigel are bringing all the laughter. Have you guys laughed at anything Terence has said? Okay. And exposing all the taboo double standards surrounding love, life, and libations with no limits, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to bite the bullet. And I'm going to listen to some of it because I think we can maybe get little insight into Terence from this podcast. But he literally, when you do a podcast, I've done a few podcasts in my time. You probably should who is DJ? Why would we listen to DJ Showtime? At least he says DJ, but then who's Nigel? He doesn't even have a last name. Is he Nigel DJ Nigel? Is he the guy that holds the tape player that Terence goes, all right, hit the cassette, boom. And then he's like, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. You know what I mean? And he's like, I got the hits. And then it's like, some very old music. It's Alanis Morissette, you ought to know, because if he is karaoke DJing in Chicago and there are any women around, especially the white ladies, they're going to be like, you ought to know, and maybe he's like, all right. And we got SWV. And he's like, I get so weak in the knees. I can hardly speak. I lose all control and I make crackpot pussy, so I don't know, you guys. Nigel drops them beats. Nigel, aka Temperature. Sounds like his cousin. Yeah. DJ Delusion. We don't know. Nigel could be British. He's like, hello, I'm here today. Cheers. I'm here today with DJ Showtime 616. We met on MySpace. He put out some of his beats and I loved it. So I said, let's do a podcast about double standards, okay? Do you like Margaret Thatcher? And Terence said, yes, I do. And then we started our podcast, okay? It does sound like a nightmare, but it is coming up on spooky season. So I am going to take one for the team, and I'm going to listen to a couple. There are 100, anyone that knows anything about podcasts, there are 127 episodes. 120, that's a lot of episodes, okay? If this was TV, he would be in syndication, okay? Started in 2019. There are only 13 reviews. That's not good. That's not good. Let's see. Let me look up something to compare it to. Okay, I used to do a Married to Bravo podcast, and now I still do the show on YouTube, but I haven't done the podcast in a long time, okay? Started me and my husband, then it went to me and my mom. We did... How many episodes did we do? We did 99 episodes. Okay. We have 177 reviews. So we did 99 episodes and we have 177 reviews. While old DJ Delusion did 127 episodes and he has 13 reviews. That is not, it's not good. It's not good. Okay. And his last episode was, when was it? Oh, May. And Houston. He went to Houston and they're going to talk about it. Okay. So there you go. Bring back the podcast. I know I gotta bring back more podcast format things. I just got so busy on YouTube. You guys are just so fun, but I can just easily extract, well, not that easily, but extract the audio, put it into podcast form. I could even do the Big Brother breakdown with Joleen with video, and there it's just extra work. It's just, I know I got to get listening. I got to wrap this up so I get listening. No. Okay. So then it's decided that Terence will go on the block and Indy will go on the block, but with the idea that Monty might be the back door. So when she delivers this, when Taylor delivers her nomination speech, she says, Terence, she's even nice to Terence still, and he doesn't deserve it. I think that you people underestimate you. So I want you to be able to prove yourself. And then Indy, good luck. I don't know I forget what she said to Indy, but then directly looked at Monty like, you better get ready, knowing she's not going to put Monty up as the replacement. And did anything else interesting happen in this episode? We did see a edit with Taylor and Joseph. It seems like Big Brother is over the Alyssa and Kyle showmance, and now they're moving on to Taylor and Joseph. But I wonder now that things have happened on the floaty if they will bring it back. Okay. Thank you so much, Garcia. Thank you. If Taylor and Joseph get together, I'm going to cry. Happy tears? I'm assuming happy tears. Okay. All right. So they had a little bit of that. And then they showed how crabby, what's her face is, Indy is, and she is. She's bossy. She's crabby. She's just, she gets mad. Really, is just like, I need my sleep. She's like, I'm a 52-year-old woman. I need my sleep. And so it's either she has you in a chokehold and she's digging stuff out of your ears, and by digging stuff your ears, I mean Joseph, or she's sleeping, telling you to shut up. Okay. And Joseph's just like, help me, Taylor, help me, Taylor, help me, Taylor. Yeah, get her out of my bed, So get her onto this floaty with herself. Never going to get over the fact that the sexiest things, and I'm using sexy with the quotes, are a floaty and a stool, a communal stool. And the first person I see lay on this thing, oh, goodness. Oh, no. What in the... No, I can't. With all the things going around, we have to be so careful. Pandemic, poxies, all kinds of stuff happening. Good thing this guy wasn't in the episode, so that was awesome because he's at home figuring out his way to win back America as if we ever enjoyed him in the first place. Let's see. Anything else with this episode? Let's just go straight to spoilers. So like I said, a banging did go down. Alyssa was crying. She told Turner, don't tell anyone. Turner went and told Kyle. And then Kyle told Alyssa. Turner told me. Turner came in because he had bigger fish to fry by that time because Turner had an incident with Jasmine. Okay. So Jasmine is coming up on her dad's birthday. And sadly, her dad passed away, I think, in April of this year. So that's really sad. And so she was, talking about that and sharing that she's like, I'm going to release a balloon. I asked Big Brother if they could release a balloon up into the sky, but I don't know if they will. She asked for a lot. She really does ask for a lot. Okay. So then Turner was out there and he said, well, I mean, maybe not a balloon because it's Los Angeles and, plastic, and then, then a bird eats it and then it can hurt the bird, just for, the ozone and the O2s and the CO2s and the carbon dioxide and the hydrogen peroxide and the, HPVs. You could give the bird HPV and then it's over for the bird, and everyone was silent. So she was outside. She was laying there. Okay. So where did I put my little Jazzy bear? There's Jazzy. Okay. She's out there talking about this. And then Turner says, you're going to give birds HPV and, herpes if you do that. And Michael was out there and Joseph. And then Michael's like, well, do you have any other things you want to do? And she was like, no, I haven't even thought of it. then she just looked at Turner for a long time and there was silence. And then she was just like, I'm going in. And then she just shuffled, she just shuffled with her boot that I don't think she still has to wear, but she does, away. And then Turner was like, oh shit. And then Michael and Joseph described it as the most awkward thing they had ever experienced in the game, in the house. And Jasmine goes on to tell people, and then Turner goes on to tell people. So as Kyle's like, hey, Turner told about our sex. So here's exactly kind of how so here's them. This is the pink blanket. And I'm almost positive, unless there's multiple pink blankets, which there could be, that Taylor uses this blanket. I've seen her wrapped in it. Justice for Taylor, because no, you got it. You got to burn the blanket now. Either that, or you have to write my sex blanket on it, so that everyone who picks it up can go, oh, is it my? It's not my, it's someone else's. So you don't have to out yourself, but you have to say, my sex blanket. And then if it's not someone's sex blanket, they'll know. Okay. When I lived in LA, I didn't see a single bird. I do actually see some birds. When I lived in LA, I did see some birds, but mostly smoggy birds. Okay. And they were on towels. So there you go. I mean, you have to, and any responsible period sex knows that you have to put down some protection on the protection. So hopefully he used a condom, because Daniel Tiger left his magnums. What, Kyle? Who? I don't know. Maybe he could tie, adjust it, like an adjustable bed. I don't know, but yeah. So hopefully they use protection. Looks like they used protection for the floaty, which was very considerate. Okay. And hopefully they use the other one. Yep, they did do it. We talked about it. Some people don't want to talk about it again. I'm probably going to talk about it quite a bit, because it's going to happen again. Okay. Because once they did it once, they're going to want to do it again, because that's how sex works. Once unless it was bad, but she, I think, said it was beautiful, as she was crying in the morning, saying she had anxiety in her period to Turner. And he's like, oh, that's good. That's good for you, buddy. She's like, I don't know. I just then I'm thinking, if the cameras are on, and I'm like, yeah, I would have, remember back in the day, even BB10, wasn't it BB10 where April and what was his name? Starts with the O, to start with the Ollie. Didn't they put the blanket over them? No, we saw a lot. Tiffany and Kylan allegedly had some finger fun. He was like, boo-boo, little fun with the fingies, phalange fun. And then Jerks and Mickey, I saw more than I wanted to see with that one. Yep, he blindsided Holly in the bedroom with other people there. So Kylie, I love how everyone's so worried about his mom. His mom is in therapy right now. She's like, how do I stop my son's boner? Can you imagine if the floaty pop? Well, Busy Blue said today they obviously didn't do it right if the floaty didn't pop. This show is wild. That's why I don't see why everyone doesn't talk about everything. What? Oh, do I remember that? No. What? Oh, really? That sounds vaguely familiar. BB20 seems 9,000 years ago. And I do remember Caitlin was just like, come on, let's it's a free, it's free for all fun. Let's have some fun. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, so we have Balloon Gate now. So now Jasmine is big mad at Turner. How dare Turner suggest the environment and to protect birds from HPV and drowning in plastic. Okay. Then, obviously these two sealed the deal, which sealed the fate of the veto that Kyle won, that he now refuses to use. However, alcohol has been dispersed to the house, but you guys are telling me Jasmine says you can't drink alcohol. I would say, F you, Jasmine. I would go, objection. If you are very, very like picky, weird about your birthday, I just saw a YouTube video about this. You know who tends to be real weird about birthdays and overly overzealous about them? Narcissists. Narcissists. So, your birthday is great. Celebrate it, have fun, but the world doesn't stop for you, and don't ruin other people's fun. Okay. I will say, however, it is Sunday and I have to work tomorrow and I don't want to stay up all night waiting for something to happen. So maybe is Tuesday a better day for me? It might be because I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. So overruled. Okay, so they're doing it. There were some punishments. This is Indy's punishment for the veto. Losing. They had, the competition where, you're out first, you get the veto, and then the next person can take that, and then you get something, and some are prizes and some are punishments. The prizes were $5,000, and a trip to London, America, okay, according to Jasmine. Now, more reason to evict Alyssa is that Alyssa gladly went for the 5K and thought, I don't need this. I don't need the veto. And whenever anyone does that, ooh, you're feeling comfortable. And Taylor's like, hello, I'm the HOH. And you're not even nice to the HOH as it is. I would put her ass up. But again, Taylor didn't win the veto. Kyle's in charge of it. And he has now entered Alyssa, so he's not going to use it. But apparently it was some kind of, I don't know what in the Mad Max is happening with Indy, but this is hers. Other punishment is that Taylor and Joseph had to be tethered together. And then Terence had some tattoo thing. Kind of just like, meh, boring. Now, Jasmine, because it's her birthday, she got the trip to London, America, to which Indy tells her, Jasmine says, I've never left the country. Is that out of the U.S.? They're like, yeah. And Indy's like, it's great because you can take a train to Paris. That's the great thing about Europe is you can take a train to all these different countries. It's amazing. Where the U.S. we can go to different states, but they have it's amazing. Love Europe. And so you can take to Paris, to which then Jasmine assumes that Paris is in London. And Alyssa as well. Alyssa says, oh my God, you're going to have so much fun. I mean, not as much fun as I did having sex with Kyle on the floaty. Day 3 of my period. But you're going to love it. Oh my God. And then, you're going to love, London's great because there's Paris. So I'm like, both of these chicks think Paris is in London. And they don't even know France is a thing. They have no idea, okay? They know about French kissing, but they just assumed it was London kissing. They don't French kiss. They London kiss. Objection. That was stupid. Overruled. I loved it. I loved everything about it. They got alcohol and Jasmine wanted them to save it. Are they saving it? Is that what they're doing? Thank you, Abby. Is that what they're doing? Yeah, there is a Paris, Texas. I have heard about that. But it's bad. It's just really bad. Yeah. And then she was like, is it for a weekend? Terence says it's a weekend. I was like, oh, DJ Delusion said it was a weekend. I'm pretty sure they're going to give you a week. If they're giving you a weekend, call Price is Right. They'll give you a week. Okay. You're on the same studio lot there. Oh my gosh. Jasmine's birthday is too close to mine. Oh, happy upcoming birthday, Seneca. Happy early birthday. Yeah, Jasmine's is it today? Tomorrow? Tuesday? I forgot. Yeah, London Bridge they gave to Arizona, or they sold it to them, or something happened. London Bridge is falling down. They gave it to them because it was falling down. And Arizona doesn't care. I lived in Arizona for 6 years. They were like, screw it. We'll put it up. We'll see what happens. Birthdays are only a reminder of our inevitable mortality. So I have a hard time being stoked. Steffers, that is a very positive way to look at it. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh my God, all of you little August's birthday. Okay. One of my BFFs, I have 2 BFFs. One's on the 16th and one's on the 17th. So good people. Yes. Born. And then Jasmine. TV Talks with Tom was making fun of Jasmine in his country. He cried on camera. Oh my gosh, Tom should go show her around. That would be hilarious. She's going to be like, can you take me to the Eiffel Tower in London, Tom? Oh my God, they got butter beans here. Do you know what? You know, she'll just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Tom, no returns. Happy birthday, Janet. Woo woo. I don't even think I had a little happy birthday thing that where I have Busy and Tay singing, but I don't think it's on this one. But we'll give you an ants for that for your birthday.
This plan is going so great. I'm more excited than ants with sugar.
Your birthday is going so great. I'm more excited than ants with sugar. Sugar, baby, sugar. Let's see. Anything else going on? So, I mean, I'm just very interested to see what transpires with the leftovers acting as though, okay, it's fine that you don't want to use it, I guess, Kyle. I think there's going to be more conversations. I mean, tomorrow is the veto ceremony, but this will definitely draw a line in the sand. There's other things, teams developing. Everyone's turning on Brittany and Michael on Twitter. I'm not ready for that, but apparently, oh no. Kyle just exposed to Taylor that Michael and Brittany wants Taylor to stay. Oh no. And Brittany said, I don't recall saying that. Oh no. Monty, Joseph, and Taylor are confused. Oh, this might be a late night of feeds, you guys. I just don't understand. What is the selling point? Okay, I know Michael and Brittany are trying to set themselves up further in the game because they feel Michael obviously has very strong feelings that Joseph and Kyle haven't pulled their weight when it comes to this alliance and having to put themselves out there, putting their neck out there like he has and Monty has and Taylor has and Turner has. So they're both likable and playing kind of both sides. So, but then he picks Kyle's side. And the only reason that made sense is because him and Kyle were connected game-wise very early on. They made like kind of, I don't know if it was a final two, but they made a little pact together. But and Brittany's so close with Taylor that I was really hoping that I just hate to see Brittany or Taylor go in any direction that's not toward one another. Because again, I say this a million times, but I'll keep saying it. I know it's becoming cliche. However, Taylor and Brittany need each other in this game because a lot of people dislike them. They don't have good reasons to, but they dislike them. So going to the end together is their best bet on winning, you know, and one of them winning because, well, obviously because they'll be final two, but if they go up against anyone else, you know, Brittany takes Michael, she doesn't have a chance. No one has a chance against Michael. If Taylor takes Joseph, I don't even think Taylor can beat Joseph at this time because he's so likable and he'll get up there and he'll lawyer it and he'll say, I had to play this way and that way and the other way. So, my goodness. They will still vote out Terence this week. DJ Superstar is going bye-bye. I'm fine with that. He'll be the first person in jury, but he said he is going to taint the jury if he goes. He's going to be working to put all the salt in Taylor's game, which is such a waste of time, sir. Such a waste of time that you will be such a bitter Betty. Okay. Yes, and this will make Kyle the next target. So Taylor's also blaming Kyle right now to Indy, saying he's paranoid about her backfiring Alyssa. So he refused, or backdooring Alyssa. So he refused to use the veto. And Kyle had said, well, I have a good reason not to use the veto on Terence because he was the only vote against me for me to leave last week when I was up against Daniel Tiger. And Indy, you know, she's done a myriad of things of why I wouldn't use the veto. Well, I mean, Kyle, good for Taylor though, for if he's going to protect his showmance over what's best for the alliance, then start salting his game up to everybody. It just it's the leftovers had something so good, but Kyle was saying for a long time he even hated hearing when we get to the 7, when we get to the 7, when we get to the 7. So Taylor is telling the girls there's no way I'd target Alyssa. It's Kyle's paranoia. Ooh, good job, Taylor. Oh my gosh. I don't think Jasmine would ever return. I just don't see it. She had everything, like all the women. I was ready to root for all the women, but she's just so mean. She's just very mean. I mean, Indy's mean, Alyssa's mean. They're just mean. They're just not nice people. And they just don't stop with this jealousy and stuff. Oh my goodness. Jasmine might not be a narcissist, but she has major narcissistic traits. I don't know. It's a little interesting. It's a little interesting. Kyle's also firing up his Cookout 2.0 theory now. Oh, again, he's bringing that back. I guess the leftovers have gone bad. Leftovers technically only stay good for a certain amount of time, and then eventually, like Ashley says, you have to throw them in the trash. But I really was hoping that I knew Kyle was obviously swaying, but there was a while where Brittany was reining it back in when he was, trying to get them to go with the, Wonder Bread Alliance way and leave, Joseph, Monty, Taylor, kind of in the dust. And now it seems like the maybe paranoia of not having, feeling that they're not set up well is making Michael and Brittany think they got to go this way. We don't know. Hey, we're very curious, but I'm going to leave it alone because I know some people have tweeted her husband, and I would never do that. That's a little too far for me. He's got TV. If he wants to see it, he can see it. But if it was happening to me, I wouldn't want people tagging me on Twitter. I will be like, I will wait until my husband gets home, and then we will see. Okay? Maybe Twitter will want him DQ if he is. Supposedly Twitter hates Kyle and Mike. I saw that. They have called Michael a racist for targeting Taylor. Is Michael targeting Taylor? Or for just jumping in this alliance with... Oh, I don't know. Who do I want to go home this week? Alyssa. I think that would best case scenario right now with what's happening and where Kyle's head is at and with the leftovers and the mission of getting to the 7, which rarely happens, I understand, with alliances in Big Brother, other than the Cookout, who had a greater mission. But I was hoping the leftovers, since they did have a mission, it was the people felt left out. However, the really only ones that felt left out were Michael, Brittany, Taylor. Monty, he was a part of the cool kids. Joseph was as well, and Kyle was. And I should say Turner probably felt a little left out because he was only friends with Pooch Pooch. But I was hoping they could last. So Alyssa, but if it's not Alyssa, then I'm going to say Terence. Send Terence. As much as I am very disappointed in Indy as a casting decision, because I just did not expect her to be so mean and petty. And I know Terence has said awful shit. At least if he's going to be awful and mean, he has a little strategy, even if it's bad strategy. Indy has no strategy. Indy just has entitlement. She's like, I should be here. Why would you ever put me up? What's going on? She has revisionist history. She's calling the other women ugly. She's said horrible things, and I'm just over her. So, Morris says, men's group using the nerds to their advantage. Not the nerds. We love a nerd. Oh my God. Yeah. Vote Terence out this week. Kyle next, then Alyssa. I think we were talking about this today, and I think Jess was right in that. I don't remember. I think this is what Jess said, but and I think I said, well, I don't remember what I said, but I think I was wrong because I think it's so hard to say because they're both awful and like refuse to really work with Taylor. But I do think it would be maybe to her benefit to have Indy more than Terence, because by this time Terence has had tons of opportunities to really work with Taylor, and he has not only not done that, but he's went the complete opposite way than that, where Indy is more of just drama and jealous. Terence, I don't understand why he has such an issue with Taylor. Maybe it's like he's upset that he's attracted to her, so he has to be, I don't know. He gives me weird vibes. That's why I got to listen to this Double Standard podcast, because it just sounds like a whole mess. Yeah, the meanest, Maria, you're not wrong. The meanest girls in the house are Jasmine, Terence, and Indy. Yes, yes, yes. This is not facts or fire. Okay, this is not facts. This is not fire, Sue. We know our guy Turner would be like, dude, this is not facts, not fire. I heard he like walked right up to Kyle after his conversation with Alyssa, and he was like, dude, I heard you after. He like totally was like, heard you after. I mean, like, good for you, man. Good for you. But now it's like, whoa, it's adding a lot of like not facts, not fire dimensions to this shit. So now if you like backdoor her after you backdoored her, man, that's not going to be fire. That's not going to slap, and it ain't going to be bussing. So I don't know, man. There's no facts and there's no fire to any of that. It's like a sticky situation for the floaty and for you. So I don't know. Good luck. I love you both, but damn, you probably shouldn't have consummated. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Hopefully you get a baby out of it, but I don't know. No, he didn't say baby, but he was like, it's not facts and it's not fire. Okay. So there you go. What does Judge Joleen have to say in her final verdict for the episode? Well, I object to Alyssa. This episode, the real crime was committed when Alyssa said, that's enough. Objection. We're gonna do it again. Objection. She can say what she wants. She has her own feelings. Overruled. She should control herself and her jealousy. It's a bad look. Taylor was celebrating. She doesn't want your Wonder Bread man. Case closed. Alyssa is the criminal of this episode. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was so mad at her. I'm still mad. I don't know how I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Okay. Well, rumor has it she's already pregnant with 10 children. 10, what is that? 10 tuplets. That's what they're called. That is the technical term for it. I don't know if you guys realize this, but 98.6% of women who have intercourse on their period on a butterfly floaty while cameras are watching get pregnant with multiples. That's how John and Kate plus 8 happened. Yeah, they didn't know their VHS camera was on. They were on a floaty because they had just moved into a house they could barely afford. And she was on day 3 too of menstruation station. They did it, and boom, all of a sudden all these babies popped out. So, Alyssa, be careful. These are facts. These are fire, and these are facts. And you guys are wonderful, and you're beautiful. And thank you for understanding me and how I like to cover this show. All right. Well, we know because Alyssa and Kyle both said it. So unless there's some weird conspiracy where they want to lie to everyone that they've had intercourse, which, weirder things have happened, I guess, but they both said it. So that's how we know. Sounds legit. Sounds fact, sounds fire. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Make sure you smash that like on your way out. Comment after the video post. It helps me with the algorithm. Follow me on my social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram, TikTok, and the Twitter. I do a lot of posts about Big Brother, retweets, things about the show. Instagram and TikTok, you're going to get some stand-up comedy of mine. So, hey. Let's do it. I hit 5K followers on Instagram. I was super happy about that, you guys. So feel free at Joleen Lunzer. Thank you again, mods. You guys are amazing. Thank you to everyone for commenting. Thank you again for the super chats. You guys were so generous and so kind, and for celebrating my 25K. I truly appreciate all of you who hit that subscribe, whether it was yesterday or 4 years ago. I couldn't be happier that we are where we are today, and we get to have fun and just be goofy about TV shows and other stuff that we talk about on this channel. So shout out to everyone who supports me on Patreon, all my members here on YouTube. You guys are always so appreciated. I will be back tomorrow night for 90 Day with Nana. If you want to have a couple laughs with me and my mom as we cover 90 Day Fiance, it is wrapping up this new season. Join us. We go on a lot of tangents. And then somewhere in between there, I'm sure I'll drop a little video. I might do a shorter version of like previously on Big Brother, because I experimented with one of those. You guys watched it a little bit. I think it got like maybe 2,500 views, which, hey, nothing to scoff at. And they're fun to make. And I can give some updates and then some funnies with it. And then obviously I'll be back Wednesday for the episode, Thursday for the episode, and we're going to keep trucking along on this season of Big Brother. Judge Joleen will be coming back. Yes. And lots of fun stuff in store as we continue to have a good time. You guys, again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and make sure you comment after the video post. Take care of yourselves and remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.